you can change your Wolf Run list to be very aggressively anti-control.
Right.
And Beast Within against a control deck can actually be very
Beast
powerful.
Within's excellent against the control deck. If you really want your ramp deck to be the control deck, then if you go back, as we were talking about yesterday, to the Dungrove Elder, the Dungrove Elder versions of ramp actually usually having a positive control matchup, which for ramp decks is a great place to be. Jason Black playing the red-green version with more Huntmaster of the Fells. But Jason also does have one Thrun in the main deck, which is very problematic for Beaux. So we have our Esper Control on left, Beaux Bruggman. We've seen him win in top 8. We've seen him win in top 4. Right after sneaking into the top 8 versus Jason Black, who actually is playing his first match of the day in the finals of the Standard Open here at Star City, Sacramento.
Just a quick shout out to everyone on Twitter. Thank you for the help on the DC supervillain stuff.
Clearly, we need to ask more questions about comic books.
I still think that the Super Friends should have been the Fantastic Four. I think it makes more sense.
Well, were there 4 of them?
Yeah, there were. Okay.
All right.
We start off. Beaux Bruggman with a Isolated Chapel versus a Mountain from Jason Black.
A Mountain? Now, hopefully he has a green source in his hand.
I predict we're going to see a Rootbound Crag.
Oh, and he draws a forest.
Rootbound Crag. Rampant Growth says Mana Leak.
Mana Leak for Beaux. So
now, the thing about a Mana Leak against this matchup is that it becomes weak very quickly. But if you stop the Rampant Growth, it's a choice between slowing down where the game is going to go and then also giving your opponent more access to threats that can resolve.
You do have to be careful that, for example, he lets another Rampant Growth resolve, which is almost certainly correct. While slowing him down is great, you need to make sure that you still have answers to the spells that actually matter.
Yes.
That the weakness in this matchup is that Esper can ignore, once again, just like in the Frights matchup, Esper can ignore a lot of the cards that Wolf Run plays.
Absolutely.
For example, we see in Jason Black's hand there's a Galvanic Blast.
Think Twice from Beaux Bruggman.
It's an excellent. Think Twice. We talked about how he didn't really like the card as much. I think it's
great
an excellent card in this matchup.
Great in this matchup. You just want to grind them out a little bit. A little bit here, a little bit there.
I remember, what is it? When I was playing Ramp, one of the things I was most scared of about the other control decks was turn 2 Mana Leak, turn 3 Doomblade, turn 4 Mana Leak, Think Twice, turn 5 Doomblade, Think Twice, turn 6 Consecrated Sphinx. I was like, it's those kind of draws that Ramp really can just send Ramp packing.
Yeah, I was talking about Think Twice as a card I don't really like in Control right now. But, I might not like it in Control, but I'd be happy to have it in this matchup.
Right. So,
Gideon Jura,
no counterspell for the potential Titan. So he said it looks like he's opting to wrestle with the Titan with his own Mythic Rare.
Honestly, Gideon Jura usually is not very good in fighting a Titan.
Well, what's interesting here is Jason now has a potential play of unloading just tons
There's the
of
6th mana
blasts.
Which one's it going to be?
Go with
the good one.
The good one. So he's going to get the Wolf Run, probably Wolf Run and another Inkmoth Nexus. Really good position, actually, for Jason Black. There's a Day of Judgment in Beau's hand, so we'll probably, let's see, with 8 lands and a possible 9th, with 1 activation, the Inkmoth can only swing for 5. So Gideon will buy plenty of turns right now. If he has a 3rd Inkmoth Nexus, Jason can unload 4 damage Galvanic Blasts at Gideon Jura.
Yikes. And we see, this is 2 mana. What was he going to tap down for 2 mana?
Maybe think twice, trying going into Day of Judgment, but it's a little risky to assume you'd draw an untapped land. Maybe also go for the throat.
He could just be going for the throating or Doomblading. He's got one of each.
He does have the go for the throat. That's more likely what's going on.
Go for the throat, not able to kill a Nexus.
So this is, yep.
Gideon comes on in for 6.
Now, depending on whether Beaux has another kill spell, he does have to watch out. This Inkmoth Nexus is 2 swings away from poisoning him to death. He has a Mana Leak, he has a Day of Judgment, he has what looks to be a Lingering Souls.
Jason doing some math. Never a fun thing to see when you're out of counter spells.
Right. Jason has to decide what kind of route to victory he wants here. I would really like to see Jason drop another Inkmoth Nexus and then just burn the Gideon. There's Jason Black on your right. Considering his lines, he has possibly he can go with Inkmoth Nexus. He doesn't appear to have another Titan in his hand. He has that 4 Galvanic Blasts?
Eat your heart out, Brian Kibler.
Is that actually 4 Galvanic Blasts? Boy, another Inkmoth Nexus would be an excellent draw if that's actually what he has. It's a shame that he can't make Inkmoth Nexus loot. Yeah, that is.
Seriously.
That actually is 4 Galvanic. Okay, boy, at this point I bet Jason is really wishing, man, why does Inkmoth Nexus have Infect? He would be 1 Wolf Run away from... So he knocks Gideon down to 3. And passes the turn. And
flashback of Think Twice.
An interesting draw for Jason. Probably not the draw he wants. Even in multiples of 4, Galvanic Blast is really a poor card in the matchup. But it does give him this out where...
if he can do 16 to his opponents...
Jason is playing 4 Sphere of the Suns. He's playing 4 Inkmoth Nexus. And
3 Solemn Simulacrum?
3 Solemn Simulacrum, 1 Wormcoil Engine. So those are his ways to get the 3rd artifact he might be looking for here. Beaux lets Gideon just knock him down another peg. Boy, wouldn't it be fun to... I would love to see the expression if Jason manages to win this game on the back of...
4.
I will tap 4 red. Okay.
Honestly, that would be really lovely. That'd be so cool.
All right, activating 1. So, deciding that Gideon still needs to take a poison. Gideon at 3.
What he's hoping for here is that Beaux has not drawn a removal spell for this Inkmoth Nexus.
So Wolf Run, he's running it for 3, and
Forbidden Alchemy looking for a removal spell.
Doomblade or Tragic Slip. 1, 2, no island. 3, think twice. 4, alchemy, nothing. Looks like Gideon will be taking it. And Beaux keeps the alchemy. So, after taking a healthy chunk of Jason's life total out, we're back to empty boards.
I still like Gideon against Wolf Run. I think it's a good card for that matchup.
I mean, and right there, I think it really proved its strength. It, were he to hit a Tragic Slip there, Gideon very possibly would have dealt all 20 damage on his own. And
here he is again. I'm here, kill me.
Gideon is so very, very loyal. 8 counters. Another mountain. Does this give enough damage for Jason Black to just outright kill the Gideon? He's either 1 short. He has a Wolf Run. He can activate it and run it for 4, for 5. So no, he can only deal 6 damage to the Gideon Jura.
Has he drawn his card yet?
Yes, he's drawn his card. If he's willing to part with 2 Galvanic Blasts...
I don't like that.
If he's willing to part with 2 Galvanic Blasts in his hand, he can kill the Gideon here. He can attack for 4 with his Inkmoth Nexus, run it for 3, and then double Galvanic Blast the Gideon Jura. But it does take away our amazing finish of the quad Galvanic Blast finish. So there are only 2 Gideon Juras in Bruggman's deck, so this will be the last. This is the last one that he has.
I mean, he could just drop a 4-for-1 on himself and galv, and then attack.
That's true. That might not actually be that bad.
Actually, I don't think that's too bad, because then what that means is he can hit, if he does galv, that's 4 mana, and then 1 for the Inkmoth, and then does he have anything left then to run?
He has 2 Inkmoth, so yes.
Oh, he's counting it out. Oh, nope, he's just gonna go for the run.
Yep, and like we said before, run it for 3, and with 2 Galvanic Blasts should be just enough to finish off Gideon Jura. And then here comes some fire.
Zot.
So we're not going to get to see the amazing end step 16U. Which is probably correct. Inkmoth Nexus is actually the likely way that Beaux will win this match. Or I mean, sorry, that Jason will win this game. And Beaux with Lingering Souls on the flashback, hoping to just contain these Inkmoth Nexi.
Lingering Souls is so incredibly good against Inkmoth Nexus. Even
Right.
if they trample over, just killing it on
Gives
the
them
way
only
through.
one more shot. Yeah, so each Inkmoth Nexus basically turns into a ball lightning instead of a recurable threat. And
Wait,
a
he drew
slag-
another Galvanic Blast.
It's a
No, I'm
Slag
just kidding.
Storm.
Storm you. Goodbye, little guys. Here come the Inkies.
And instead of running an Inkmoth for 2, it's probably best to just Rampant Growth and attack with both Inkmoth.
Developing your mana, getting in 2 poison, and setting up a situation where any singular Inkmoth Nexus will be able to finish the job.
Right. And this is really the scary part of the Wolf Run deck for control, is just the ability of these Inkmoth Wolf Run interaction to just pull games ahead that Esper would typically have under control.
I think what we're going to see here is we're going to see Beaux hunting for some kind of cheap removal here. It's too late to actually stop these Inkmoths, but like for future attacks.
A Tragic Slip would in essence be a time walk here, but it's another miss for Beaux. And also note, Beaux does not play any Ghost Quarters, so that is not a live out for him. He is looking for...
Curse of Death's Hold would be one card he'd be looking for.
That would be an excellent card to find.
A
Two
Tragic
Tragic
Slips
Slip.
would be excellent.
And that's really it in the main. In his main...
Is that another Lingering Souls?
I do not...
I think it might have been.
That would be... Well, that's actually not...
It doesn't save him anymore, though, because the ramp actually will push over it.
Yeah. So Beaux is actually at 2 poison right now.
Yeah, 2 poison to no poison.
But here are some Lingering Souls. And... yeah, Beau's main deck very weak to the Inkmoth Wolf Run plan. Not many answers in it. Typically you do see Ghost Quarters in this sort of list, or maybe some Doomblades for this. The 2 Curse is pretty strong, though. I think Beaux actually is through almost half his deck and hasn't found one of them yet, so that's been a little... probably not what he's hoped for.
Like, one of the great things about Gideon is when you've got some way to do... have something like a Lingering Souls out there.
Storm.
Oh, another Slag Storm.
Beaux this time will probably Mana Leak it. Because it's a game, when the Jason's plan is to Kessig Wolf Run things, well, that's almost saving. So
He lets it resolve. He lets
it
the
resolve.
Slag Storm,
Let's
the
keep
Mana Leak
countering.
resolve, yeah. In comes the Inky, and it's just going to get pumped up for, looks like, 3? I'm not sure if I like this one.
No, I think I would have actually paid for the Mana Leak and then just chipped for 2 more
I
poison.
agree. He's going to lose an Inkmoth Nexus now and only get in a trample of 3 poison.
Right, so there's 3 poison and an Inkmoth versus 2 poison. I think I would have paid for the Mana Leak.
Yes. Plus 1 poison and losing your Inkmoth is not worth it. Now a single Tragic Slip can bring you under control.
Right.
For those of, go ahead.
Go ahead.
For those of you who are just joining us, I'm Adrian Sullivan with Matthias Hunt. We're in the first game of the final match here in the Star City Games Live Open Series. Standard Day 1 in Sacramento. It is Day 2. We bring our second day for the Final 4. And here we are in the finals.
Now, Jason still has the... What I actually think I would have liked in that play, if he'd chosen to do that, would have been, instead of Wolf Running for 3, I would have liked to seen Wolf Run for 2 and Galvanic Blast the token that had chosen to block.
Oh, that would have been
Inkmoth
sweet too,
Nexus.
actually. So I think he's probably likely to try to go all in here. Is it going to be enough?
No,
Is it-
Beaux has a Doom. Beaux has since drawn a Doomblade.
Okay. But I mean, he doesn't know that. I'm not
Okay,
talking
all
about
right, all right.
From
Beaux has
where
no
he knows.
cards.
No, that's not the question. Yeah,
I know.
The question is there a rational reason for Jason Black to go for it?
Okay. If Jason Black activates, Wolf Run can run it for 6 to make it a 7/1 trample.
So not quite enough to make
no,
it
that
through.
actually 7/1 is exactly enough.
Oh, is it? Yeah. No, it's not there. Oh, there's one of the
One of
Lingering
them
Souls
is
attacked.
Jason's only at 7,
Okay.
so... Yes,
So
that would, in theory,
is-
be enough.
So Beaux is inviting Jason to go for it,
Right.
which would be wonderful for Beaux.
Now, let's back up. Say Beaux was at 4 poison, and Jason had 2 Inkmoth. Right now, I think Beaux is in command of this game. But if the decision were 4 poison and Jason had 2 Inkmoth, would you still say Beaux is in command of this game?
No. I think Jason would just be in the driver's seat completely.
He'd be able to do that all in play right now. which actually, but the all-in play wouldn't be lethal anymore.
But you wouldn't. I don't think you would go for the all-in play.
Oh no, wait, it would be because you'd have an extra land.
Yeah.
So actually, it would be a lethal play, and you would go for it then.
Yeah, you would. You'd be able to go for it twice.
Yep. The first one would get Doombladed, and provided you draw a land the next turn, the second one would also be lethal. So he's doing it all for one, and then he does see the Galvanic Blast play, but no, Doomblade is going to take down his Inkmoth.
And now Jason, at a mere 7 life, facing down a quick clock.
And out of Nexus, so his hand...
2 Galv Blasts.
Slagstorm Galv Blast. I was actually wrong, he never had the 4 Galv Blasts, he had 3 Galv Blast, 1 Slagstorm.
Oh, okay.
But Beaux Bruggman looking like he's going to be able to take this fairly quickly.
Depending on what Beaux draws from the rest of this game onward, I think we'll see the ramifications of that choice we talked about.
Right. And
Sorin. Oh, wow.
Not actually...
I think he's giving an emblem.
Yes, most definitely going to give them an emblem. So that, the Galvanic Blast play there actually doesn't change the clock at all. Jason drops to 3. And Thrun, but not soon enough, Thrun. Slagstorm into Thrun. It's pretty good here. Buys him some time.
I actually kind of like the Galvanic Blast play because it means that Sorin making a vampire doesn't just destroy him. Because he would be at 1 life otherwise, and so after he Slagstorms, then a single vampire would be able to kill him off.
Right now, you think then Beaux, if Jason were at 1, Beaux could untap, make a vampire, and then just like not care about the Thrun.
Yes.
I think that's actually, that sounds correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, wait. If he does that play, though, then Jason's allowed to... Jason was to have a Galvanic Blast, but then kill the token, kill the Thrun. Or kill the token, kill the Sorin. You just remove the blocker, which Sorin would potentially make.
Thrun hanging out.
Beaux with actually a decent number of main deck answers. Some answers to Thrun. He has 3 Liliana of the Veil in his deck. He has a Batter Skull in his main, which is also an answer right now. Lingering Souls is by most, well, not by most means an answer. Remember that actually, sorry. Yeah, that is a great play because he has Wolf Run. He has Wolf Run with the Thrun. So the Thrun can take out the Sorin if it wants to, regardless.
Yeah. So a
that
little vampire comes out for Beaux. Empty-handed, and he finally draws the Galvanic Blast. Okay, so if I'm Jason, I go after... Oh, that's not necessary.
No, your Thrun can trample, sir.
Oh.
Just throws it at it.
Okay, that's not necessary. He could have just trampled over. I go for the Sorin, and...
I mean, there's something to be said that play is going to be made regardless. So I think if you've decided that you're going to be Galvanic Blasting that vampire no matter what happens, the time when you'd want to do it would be...
See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Like that, he didn't need to do what he did, and then the punishment is the Snapcaster.
What you'd like to do then, so when should it be played the Galvanic Blast? My opinion would be that if you wanted to make sure to get that token, the time you'd want to do it would be during Beau's upkeep. Because that way, if Beaux does have a counterspell for it, it costs Beaux mana. Beaux can't do any shenanigans like an end-step Snapcaster Mage. And so, we see the first game, quite a grind. The control deck, piloted by Beaux Bruggman, now up 1-0 over Jason Black with Wolf Run Ramp. Okay,
so besides that game win, we also have another winner that's going to be out there going for 1 year of free premium. A year is a long time, actually.
That's a 4 trimesters worth.
Hey, don't push it. And so how this works is what you're going to be doing. Oh, actually, we're doing a Gen Con badge. My bad.
So this is
okay. Actually, it's going to be a badge to Gen Con. Now, I'd like to ask you all, if you've ever been to Gen Con, you know how amazing Gen Con is. Gen Con is an amazing event.
Best 4 days in gaming.
So what we're going to ask, so since someone's be getting a Gen Con badge, if you cannot go to Gen Con, and Gen Con is August 16th to 19th.
Now keep in mind, that's later than it normally is. Normally it's the first week in August.
If you cannot go to Gen Con, please do not try to win the Gen Con badge. We would really like to be able to give out these Gen Con badges to people that are going to be able to attend Gen Con.
Right.
It's a great value. It's a really awesome event. It's an incredible time for not just Magic, but pretty much every kind of gaming that there is.
So, for example, my experience of Gen Con last year, I've been there the last 2 years. It's been fantastic. You know, I went 0-4 in nationals and dropped, and then I decided in the next room the World Stratego Championships were happening, and I just signed up for them. And it's that's never your plan, but Gen Con's just a great time.
Oh, how did you do in the Stratego Championships?
I won my first round and then I lost.
Oh, was it single elam?
Yes.
Oh, I love Stratego.
Yeah.
Stratego is one of my favorite classic
See, I've always played against people, friends, but no, there are people here who they like, well, I always start with one of these 3 starting positions. And, he'll pull out a book with some graph paper and show you what he believes is the right Stratego formation.
And, the thing is, you're all Magic players if you're watching this.
Yes.
It's either that or you're friends with somebody that is a Magic player,
right,
and you're just like hoping to see them on camera. And the thing is that one of the strengths of Magic players when it comes to games is, I'm not trying to be arrogant, but we're better at games than most people that play games. It's just weird. We're trained about resource management in a way that's very, very specific and very, very applicable to other games.
Yeah.
So let's pretend Magic's kind of bumming you out. You've had some bad drafts. You had a bad tournament. Take a break.
There's any game you can think of.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
Right.
So a year of free Gen Con. Don't try to win the premium...
a Gen Con badge.
A Gen Con badge, August 16th and 19th. Don't try to win the Gen Con badge if you can't go.
Yeah. Also, in addition to Nationals, the Legacy and Vintage Championships every year are
the
at
Vintage
Gen Con.
Championships are amazing. So here's the question. We have seen a particular flip card that's been very popular, Huntmaster of the Falls.
Of the
Fells. What flip card that is very popular in Standard did not make our top 8? If you know the answer to this question, what popular flip card did not make our top 8?
We did see Chalice of Life earlier.
This very popular flip card. Some people might think of this flip card as Vincent Price. Some people might think of this flip card as Jeff Goldblum. But what popular flip card did not make our top 8? Tweet this answer to SCG Premium. That's hashtag SCG Premium. One lucky winner of the correct answer will be given the winner of a Gen Con badge, August 16th and 19th. Don't enter if you can't go.
All right.
And meanwhile, back in our match,
back to the feature.
It looks to me.
I still think it's Chalice of Life.
You mean Chalice of Death?
Chalice of Death. We saw Michael Hetrick get eliminated by Chalice of Death in one of our feature matches earlier.
We can see on our left here, Beaux Bruggman, along with our very own Dane, Star City Games. Dane Young, coverage guru. And on the right, Jason Black. Jason Black hoping that his Garruk Primal Hunters and his Autumn's Veils are going to do some work for him here.
Right.
Do you bring in your Beast Withins? You've only got 2?
There's so many Planeswalkers coming out of the control deck that I would definitely want my Beast Withins.
Do you bring in your Red Sun Zenith?
I think because I have 2 Slag Storms, 4 Galvanic Blasts, I'm not sure I bring it in. That's not really how I'm trying to win. No, I don't like Red Sun Zenith here.
Okay.
Yourself.
I think about Red Sun Zenith as a potential Planeswalker killer.
That's a... can we agree, though, a weaker one than the Beast Within?
Oh, much weaker than Beast Within. We can agree.
All right. Jason Black, also with 1 Rack with Madness in the sideboard. We did hear a story of him casting it on a Phyrexian Obliterator earlier in the tournament, which when I heard that, I was like, oh my.
It's funny because Scott Larrabee tweeted, I don't understand why no one's doing this. Prey upon Phyrexian Obliterator. And as soon as Scott Larrabee posted that, I just tried again and again to make that deck in Standard. I couldn't make it work. Dreams, my friend.
What would be the best thing to... All right, so we have Jason Mulligans. She's down to 6 cards on the play here, game 2.
Beaux looks pretty happy, actually. He's got a little smile on his face.
Yeah. Like I said, what a trip for Beaux here. You know, by all accounts, eliminated in the Swiss. Going from being eliminated in the Swiss, he's on to 5.
5 cards for
Still
Jason
no
Black.
lands for Jason.
You know, sometimes dreams can come true.
Jason eliminated from top 8, I believe, in round 7, or Beaux eliminated from top 8 in round 7. Gets back in on long odds, and now here he is, up a game, his opponent on 5 cards in the finals of our Star City Open.
For those of you who are just joining us, this is Game 2 of the finals of the Standard Open here at Star City Games in Sacramento, California, the capital of California here.
Mm-hmm.
We are actually about a stone's throw away from the Capitol building. If you hurry on down, you can actually get involved in a Legacy tournament as well as a draft challenge. There are 2 draft challenges and the most amazing constructed format ever happening in just a few little whiles.
Jason Black with the rampant growth. You know, he's gonna hope just maybe, I think with this kind of maul, I bet what would be great for him, he would probably like to see, you know, a turn 3 Thrun would be a very nice way to, on a 5-card hand, I think, you know, and then kind of hope to ride the Thrun for a long time until he recoups on cards.
Thrun can do a lot of work. Liliana is the only particular answer that Beaux has.
Still with Slagstorm in his hand.
Oh, I don't like that. I think he might have been tricked. Oh, there's a Thrun, isn't it?
Yeah, but he doesn't have the mana
no
for
land for it.
And Beaux.
Oh, how frustrating.
Beaux with a good read, figuring that Jason doesn't actually have the 4th land.
Liliana would be devastating.
And there she is.
Oh my goodness.
Going up to 4, Jason's going to need to find, his hand is Slagstorm, Thrun, something else. Slagstorm's gone. This could be, and Beast Within. Beast Within. So he's got a chance. I would Beast Within main phase there because you don't want Liliana plussing again. And you don't want the Beast Within getting countered. I know it means you get to be attacked by the Beast, but I think that's... Oh, it's not, sorry, it's not Beast Within, it's Primeval Titan.
Okay.
2 green cards look like green cards.
And this Thrun, a little late to the party now. He's like...
Right, and what's that in his hand he has?
Do you see that? That was like a, oh well.
Oh well, maybe he won't see the play.
Maybe he will push F6.
And there goes Thrun. Jason Black now down to 1 card. Beaux Bruggman thoroughly in the driver's seat here. And Acidic Slime. Slime you? Beaux can probably just let that resolve. Beaux discarding the Volition Reins. It's a bad news when the control matchup is discarding Volition Reins against Ramp. That's really one of those places to say, oh, that was the worst card in your hand. That's not what I want to see happen. Mana from Beaux kills the Acidic Slime on the way out of losing a land. Think twice. Oh, that is actually devastating right now because what it means is that the Liliana's damage that it's been doing to Beau's hand is just totally mitigated. Beaux with drawing Consecrated Sphinx. All he's really going to have to do now is make 2 more land drops. Probably doesn't use Liliana. If in 2 turns he can cast that Sphinx. Provided there's that's a good draw for Jason Black. Very good draw. It can take care of Liliana, and it'll get him another card. And yeah, it's probably... That's maybe his best possible draw right now. I think that might even be better than Huntmaster, because it means that he's going to have the land to have 6 mana for any of his Titans, and the Liliana is not particularly effective against Solemn Simulacrum. Right, what we'd love is, we'd love to have now Huntmaster be the top card of his deck, which he gets to draw off the Solemn. He's going to have to, a lot of work in here. Extra draw off Think Twice. Beaux building up to Sphinx and 6, and the Sphinx that's waiting at 6. There's the 5th. Lingering Souls. Probably both halves. Well, no, he should at least represent the mana leak. Though, sometimes representing a mana leak when it's on a bluff isn't all that relevant in that if Jason Black draws a Titan, Jason's casting it. He doesn't have the luxury, when there's a Liliana on the table, he does not have the luxury of holding on to it. So there's no real sense in bluffing a mana leak unless you actually have one. The Solemn Simulacrum attacks, eats a spirit, and then Jason thinks for a moment before dropping his Rootbound Crag into play, knowing that otherwise Liliana will eat it. Beaux wisely declines the trade, not wanting to give Jason really any reason.
The Edict on the Solemn Simulacrum gives him a card. Looks like an Inkmoth Nexus. And then we see what?
Well, he was thinking about Sorin. Does he actually have the counterspell? Okay, cat's out of the bag. Beaux does not actually have the counterspell.
This is a dangerous moment for Beaux.
I mean, as dangerous as they get on this board state, yeah. Jason could, Primeval Titan.
Oh, that was the moment.
That was the opening, and Jason just with more lands. Unlikely that we'll see Beaux tap out again until he plays a Consecrated Sphinx.
And now Beaux knows.
There's
the
untapped land.
Beaux knows that it's safe because Jason did nothing. And also, there are no Karns from Jason to be able to really answer the Sphinx.
Right, and at this point, there's enough Mythic Rares on the table that even if Jason gets to choose his draws, he probably cannot compete with, I don't think Beaux can let a Primeval Titan resolve and probably just deal with it.
And he has his Sphinx Titan.
And that should seal things up. Jason Black, more lands, and another land, this one in quotes,
yep.
But Sorin next turn probably makes, with an emblem, can push 11 damage, so he's on a 2-turn, board's a 2-turn clock for Jason Black.
Oh, emblem. Attack for a lot.
Attack for 11.
11. That's a few.
Last draw for Jason Black. Huntmaster of the Fells and there comes the hand.
There we go.
Beaux Bruggman is your Star City Games California Standard Open champion.
A quick 2-0, knocking down Jason Black with a very, very anemic